They strive to transform themselves into the characters and to tell the story so authentically that the audience believes they are witnessing reality. On October 30th, 1938, 23-year-old Orson Welles achieved that goal perhaps more completely than anyone has even to this day. On that fall evening, normally discerning Americans became so totally captivated by his dramatic radio show that they forgot that it was the night before Halloween. They ignored the fact that Wells Mercury Theater broadcast a mysterious drama coast to coast every week at that time. And they suspended any disbelief of the existence of extraterrestrials. As they sat glued to their radios, they firmly believed that they were listening to the actual real-time accounts of a deadly takeover of the United States by Martians. Listeners were moved to hastily get into their cars and try to escape. Throughout New York, families left their homes in a panic. Those fleeing in cars became ensnared in traffic jams. In Newark, New Jersey, in a single block, more than 20 families rushed out of their houses with wet handkerchiefs and towels over their faces to flee from what they believed was to be a gas raid. Some began moving household furniture. Thousands called the police, radio stations, and newspapers in New York and other cities in the U.S. and Canada, seeking advice on protective measures against the raids. Phone lines were overloaded. Scores of people required medical treatment for shock. How could this happen? How could so many be so completely deceived? There's not just one reason, but several circumstances that align to create the perfect setting for Orson Welles' broadcast to cause what could only be called mass hysteria. The most important of these factors was the time, October 1938. Franklin D. Roosevelt was president.
My firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Black Light here. This series, we're about to introduce some of the techniques of mind control using the radio, television, what you just got through seeing is the beginning of 9/11, Walk on the Moon, what else? A whole lot of right before your very eyes trickery. Now we got some brothers and some sisters on YouTube that you think are your friends, but they are there to distract you and to guide your thinking in another direction. I'm going to name these brothers. I named them before and name them again. Polite. Another one is Sinetta. Another one is Young Pharaoh. Another one is Seti. Hassan Campbell. And that brother that's on Coffee and Cream. I forgot his name. It'll come to me later. And for right now, that'll do. We're going to show you how they're controlling your minds with television. I forgot to mention the assassination of Nipsey. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because Trump want to attack Iran. They started recruiting for volunteers 3 or 4 months ago. They was building up. 2020 is coming up. So they started talking about reparations. So we're going to show you, attempt to show you how to get your will to dominate their will. But first we got to show you how they do it.
Beneath the surface, all was not well. In Germany, the Jews were feeling the beginnings of their terrible persecution to come. In March 1938, German troops occupied Austria, and Hitler proclaimed it part of Germany. In September, an international crisis developed around the future of a little-known area of then Czechoslovakia. It had the potential to escalate into another world war. Although the crisis in Czechoslovakia was resolved by an agreement in Munich, judging by the frightening military machine that the Third Reich was building, it seemed that Europe was still headed toward another massive conflict. Winston Churchill warned, "Do not suppose this is the end. This is only the beginning of the reckoning."
So in the next video, we're going to show you how he made the whole United States panic. My mother was telling me about it, so I had to go and research it. You can research a whole lot of things on YouTube. Save you from going to the library. But the United States want to piss in your face and call it rain. Now, the name of this video is "Thy Will Be Done on Earth as It Is in Heaven." What am I saying? I'm showing you how our willpower has been compromised. Our imagination has been compromised. Our faith has been compromised by an enemy. And all the time, there's been war, constant killing, constant someone that gets killed, murdered, shot, and you have grown comfortable with all of this because you think that the United States is going to come out on top all the time. But the weather is wreaking havoc on the United States. They're infighting among themselves. They in trillions of dollars worth of debt. They're going to start a war over a toy being knocked down, a drone, which ain't nothing but a toy. It can be a weapon, but you know, it wasn't no people in it. You know, it's a machine being knocked out the air, because a machine got knocked out the air with no one in it. They want to start a war. They've been looking for an excuse to start a war. Well, war ain't never, you know, they always been fighting. They over there in Afghanistan fighting. They still fighting around different places. But what they want to do is drop some missiles. You know. All at the Israel request. And by doing this, they're going to make money, really. So Trump, he hesitates. Why he hesitating, I don't know. But we sending all that money over Israel. Maybe we should have been building bomb shelters, stocking up. Things ain't gonna keep on going in the wheel of America. So all you little agents, it's gonna be over with for you in a minute, man. Better get right. It ain't too late. So this is to be continued. We're gonna show you what happened back in 1938. They used that same thing over and over again. They might be using it now, but you never know. I believe they used it for the assassination of Nipsey.